Have you ever looked at a photo of the Great Sphinx of Giza and felt like it was hiding something? I mean, this massive statue just sits there, staring across the desert, quiet and mysterious. But what if I told you that what's buried underneath? It could completely change how we see ancient history. We've all heard about pyramids and tombs, but the Sphinx? There's something going on beneath it, and the secrets might blow your mind. From ancient tunnels to mysterious chambers, this isn't just a statue. It might be a key to a lost part of human history. Let's count down 10 shocking theories and discoveries about what's buried beneath the Sphinx. 10. Hidden chambers. Detected by ground-penetrating radar back in the 1990s, a team of researchers used ground-penetrating radar around the base of the Sphinx. And what they found was wild. They detected several empty spaces or cavities beneath the surface. These weren't just small gaps in the rock. They looked like chambers. One cavity was found right in front of the Sphinx's paws, and others were scattered around the structure. The interesting part, the data showed these chambers weren't natural. They had clear, rectangular shapes, which often points to something man-made. Some people think they could be secret rooms filled with ancient artifacts or even records lost to time. 9. The Hall of Records theory. This theory has been around for a while, and it sounds straight out of a movie. According to ancient legends and some modern thinkers, there's a hidden library beneath the Sphinx. It's called the Hall of Records, and it's believed to contain all the knowledge of a lost civilization, possibly Atlantis. These stories say that long before the Egyptian pharaohs, a powerful group of people recorded their history, science, and secrets, and buried them beneath the Sphinx for safekeeping. There's no solid proof this place exists, but the idea refuses to go away. Every time a new cavity is found near the Sphinx, people ask the same question: is this finally the Hall of Records? 8. The Sphinx is older than we think. One of the most controversial ideas out there is that the Sphinx might be way older than we've been told. Mainstream archaeology says it was built around 2500 BCE during the reign of Pharaoh Khafre. But some researchers, including geologists, argue that the weathering patterns on the body of the Sphinx suggest it was exposed to heavy rain that hasn't fallen in that region for thousands of years. That would mean the Sphinx could be more than 10,000 years old. If that's true, then everything we know about ancient Egypt's timeline needs a serious update. And it raises another big question: who built it? 7. Sealed shafts lead to unknown locations. Several shafts have been found around the Sphinx, including one on top of its head and others near the body. These shafts are narrow and blocked off, with no clear explanation for where they lead. Some explorers think they were used to lower something into the ground, maybe even into hidden chambers beneath the statue. Others believe they're passageways that connect the Sphinx to the nearby pyramids or even to underground cities. The frustrating part? Most of these shafts remain sealed, and the Egyptian government has been strict about who gets to explore them. That just makes the mystery even more intense. 6. Ancient texts hint at a lost underground world. If you look at some of the oldest Egyptian texts, like the pyramid texts or writings found in the Temple of Edfu, there are strange references to underground houses of life and sacred archives. These texts describe massive underground chambers that held important secrets and sacred items. Some of these descriptions sound eerily similar to what's been detected beneath the Sphinx. Could these ancient writings be pointing to something real? Were these houses of life actually secret storage areas under the desert? It's not just about treasure. It's about history that could change how we see the entire ancient world. 5. A second Sphinx might have existed. Believe it or not, there's a theory that the Great Sphinx of Giza once had a twin. That's right, a second Sphinx. Some researchers think there were originally two statues facing opposite directions to represent balance, light and dark, sun and moon. There are some ancient drawings and writings that show two sphinxes. Even the Greek historian Pliny the Elder mentioned the idea. If a second Sphinx existed, where did it go? Was it destroyed? Buried? Some people think the remains of it might be underneath the sand, close to the original. That could explain some of the weird readings from radar scans in the area. 4. The head doesn't match the body. Take a good look at the Sphinx, and you might notice something strange. The head seems way too small for the body. Some experts believe that the statue was originally a lion or another animal, and the face was recarved much later into the likeness of a pharaoh. This could explain why the face is smoother and less weathered than the rest of the body. If that's true, the original statue could be thousands of years older than the current version. And who knows what could be buried beneath an ancient lion monument? Maybe the real story is still hidden below. 3. The Sphinx and the stars. Ancient Egyptians were obsessed with the stars. Many of their structures line up perfectly with constellations. Some researchers believe the Sphinx is no different. They say it lines up with the constellation Leo, which would make sense if the statue was originally a lion. Here's where it gets weird. The Sphinx would have faced Leo in the sky around 10,500 BCE, during a time known as the Age of Leo. If this alignment was intentional, it means the Sphinx was built during that time, way before the Egyptian civilization we know. And if the builders were that advanced, what else did they leave buried beneath? 2. Artifacts found nearby suggest advanced knowledge. In the 1800s and early 1900s, several archaeologists found strange tools and objects buried around the Sphinx. Some of these items didn't match typical Egyptian tools. They were made of materials and in shapes that suggested advanced knowledge of mathematics and engineering. A few researchers believe these tools were part of something bigger, maybe machines or instruments used by an earlier civilization. If similar objects are buried beneath the Sphinx, it could prove that a forgotten group of people, possibly pre-dynastic Egyptians, or even an entirely unknown civilization, once had advanced technology we don't fully understand. 1. Secrets still hidden and blocked from view. Here's the biggest mystery of all. Despite all the technology we have today, drones, radar, 3D scans, the full exploration of what lies beneath the Sphinx has never happened. Why? Some say it's about protecting history. Others believe there's something under there that's certain. Groups don't want the world to know. A few whistleblowers and researchers have claimed that important discoveries were made and then covered up. Whether that's true or just rumor, it's clear that the Sphinx still has secrets, and until full access is given, we might never know what's buried under this ancient monument. So, what do you think? Is the Great Sphinx just a giant statue? Or is it the lid on top of the greatest archaeological mystery in the world? We've gone through hidden chambers, forgotten knowledge, and even the idea of a lost civilization. And while a lot of this is still theory, it's backed by real findings and ancient texts that make you wonder what else we've missed. If even one of these points turns out to be true, it could change how we view history forever. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow mystery lovers, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more wild stories like this one. Got your own theory about what's under the Sphinx? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.